I've been wandering early, been wandering late, from New York City to the Golden Gate, and it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Been in the army, worked on a farm, all I got to show's the muscle in my arm, and it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Daddy was an engineer, Mama drove a hack, sister took in washing, and baby balled the jack. Oh, it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Whales in the ocean, fish in the sea, red-headed woman made a fool of me. Oh, it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Been wandering early, I've been wandering late, from New York City to the Golden Gate, and it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Yeah, it looks like I'm never gonna cease my wandering. Hi folks, I'm Bill O'Connor, and want to share some old folk songs with you, the kind of songs that maybe your grandmother and grandfather used to know, particularly if they came from English-speaking countries. This next one, I wanted to do one of the old ballads that goes way back. Probably goes back to the 15th, 16th century, at a time when the king owned everything. And the story in this song is that young Geordie, a young fella who was royalty, married a girl that was a commoner. And he lost a lot of the advantages of royalty, which eventually led to his downfall. As I walked out over London Bridge, one misty morning early, I overheard a fair pretty maid was lamenting for her Geordie. Go saddle to me my milk white steed. Go and fetch my pony. so I might ride to fair London town and plead for the life of Geordie. Are my Geordies to be hanged in a golden chain? It's not the chain of many. Geordie killed the king's royal deer, all to feed his family. Now my Geordie never killed calf or lamb. He never stealed any, but he killed the king's royal deer and sold them in Kilkenny. Three pretty babes have I here. One lies in my body. I would trade them all away if you'd but pardon Geordie. Now the judge, he looked over his left shoulder. He said, "Young maid, I'm sorry. Geordie killed the king's royal deer, and I cannot pardon Geordie." As I walked out over London Bridge, one misty morning early, I overheard a fair pretty maid was lamenting for her Geordie. Give me a moment, folks. I got to change instruments here. After that song, a couple drinking songs that seem to be in order. This is originally a Scottish song. But it's sung all over Ireland and the British Isles. And you might hear it if you walk into a pub. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover, oh, I'd agree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always drinking. I'll gain my love's company, though the night be as dark as a dungeon, and there is no star above. I will be guided without slumber to the arms of me angel love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover, oh high degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. I walked up to my true love's window, knelt me down upon a stone, knocked loud at my true love's window, said, darling dear, do you lie alone? She lifted her head from her snow-white pillow, with her arms all around her breast. Who is that knocking at me window, disturbing me, my lang night's rest? It's your rover, seldom sober. It's your rover, oh high degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. She opened the door with the greatest pleasure, opened the door and she let me in. Then she throwed her arms around me, and all night lang we lie as one. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover, oh high degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. Ah, my love, I must gang and leave you, climb the mountains high above. I will climb with the greatest pleasure, bend in the arms of my own true love. I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover, oh high degree. It's when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. I love those old drinking songs. Here's an Irish one. Even though the fella in this song, I guess, that's singing it, feels that even though alcohol might be bad for him, he's going to keep drinking it as long as he can. As I was sitting with me jug and spoon on one fine morning in the month of June, a birdie sang in an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was a jug of punch. Toraloralo, 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 toraloralo. A birdie sang in an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was a jug of punch. What more diversion can a man desire than to court a girl by and eat her fire? Oh, on his knee a tidy wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Toraloralo, 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 toraloralo. On his knee a tidy wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Even the doctor, with all his art, cannot cure depression on the human heart. Even the cripple forgets his hunch if he's snug outside of a jug of punch. Toraloralo, 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 toraloralo. Even the cripple forgets his hunch if he's snug outside of a jug of punch. Now if I get drunk, my money's me own, and them don't like it can leave me alone. I'll play me fiddle and rosin my bow, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. Toraloralo, 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 toraloralo. I'll play me fiddle and I'll rosin me bow, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. Oh, and when I'm dead, and in me grave, no more costly tombstone will I ever crave. Oh, lay me down in me native peat, with a jug of punch at me head and feet. Toraloralo, 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 toraloralo. Lay me down in me native peat, with a jug of punch at my head and feet. Let me grab this other guitar here. I like the old Irish songs, especially the old ballads. This is an old street song from Dublin. Molly Malone. In Dublin's fair city, where young girls are pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. As she rolled her wheelbarrow through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, 'twas no wonder, so were her mother and father before. And they all wheeled their barrels through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles, mussels, alive, alive, oh. Now Molly died of the fever, no one could revive her. That was the end of my Molly Malone. Now her ghost wheels her barrel through streets wide and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh. Crying cockles, mussels, alive, alive, oh. I'll be right back with you. This next song is from England. It's kind of advice that a grandfather might give his grandson, or a father his son. Young women, they run like hares on the mountain. Young women, they run like hares on the mountain. If I were a young man, I'd go out a-huntin' with me whack-full diddle-dido and me whack-full diddle-day. Young women, they sing like birds in the bushes. Young women, they sing like birds in the bushes. If I were a young man, I'd go beating the bushes with me whack-full diddle-dido and me whack-full diddle-day. Young women, they run like hares on the mountains. Young women, they run like hares on the mountains. If I were a young man, I'd go out a-huntin' with me whack-full diddle-dido and me whack-full diddle-day. Now young women, they swim like ducks in the water. Young women, they swim like ducks in the water. If I were a young man, I'd go swimming after with me whack-full diddle-dido and me whack-full diddle-day. Young women, they run like hares on the mountains. Young women, they run like hares on the mountains. If I were a young man, I'd go a-huntin' with me whack-full diddle-dido and me whack-full diddle-day. That's a great old song that I've enjoyed for a lot of years. Here's another one. This is probably what is called, in folk singer language, a night visiting song. Young man goes to visit his true love. When I was apprenticed in London, I went to see my dear. The candles were all burning, the moon shone bright and clear. I knocked upon her window to ease her of her pain. She rose to let me in, then barred the door again. I like your well-behavior, thus I often say. I cannot rest contented while you are far away. The roads, they are so muddy, we cannot gang about. So roll me in your arms, love, and blow the candle out. Your mother and your father in yonder room do lie. They're hugging one another, but why not you and I? They're hugging one another, they have no fear nor doubt. But roll me in your arms, love, and blow the candle out. And if you prove successful love, pray name it after me. Keep it sweet, keep it neat, and doff it on your knee. When my 3 years are over, my time it will be out, and I will double my indebtedness by blowing the candle out, by blowing the candle out. We'll be back in a couple minutes. I want to do a couple of Australian songs for you now, and in order to get you there, I'll do an English one that was very popular in Australia and England in the 1800s, about how all the convicts had to be shipped out. About 60% of Australia's original population was convicts from the British Isles. Farewell to old England forever, farewell to my rumcles as well, farewell to the well-known Old Baileys, where I once used to look such a swell. With me Torrelai or a Addy, with me Torrelai or a with me, Toralei, Addie. We're bound out for Botany Bay. Ain't the leaving old England I cares about, or because I misspells all I know, but because I like fingered the gentry, I walks round with logs on me toes. With me Toralei, Addie. With me Toralei, with me Toralei, Addie. I'm bound out for Botany Bay. There's the captain as is our commander, the boatsman and all the ship's crew, the first and the second class passengers, knows what us poor convicts goes through. With me Toralei, Addie. With me Toralei, with me Toralei, Addie. We're bound out for Botany Bay. Now if I had the wings of a turtle dove, I'd climb on my pinions and fly, smack back to the arms of me Molly, and in her sweet presence I'd die. With me Toralei, Addie. With me Toralei, with me Toralei, Addie. I'm bound out for Botany Bay. With me Toralei, Addie. With me Toralei, with me Toralei, Addie. I'm bound out for Botany Bay. Yes, a lot of the people that originally settled Australia were pretty hard-nosed characters, but they also believed in the strength of their freedom. And this song, Waltz and Matilda, is an example of that. It's truly a song about freedom. The term Waltz and Matilda means basically taking a walkabout around the country. And the story is about a swagman who's kind of a Australian hobo, and he's traveling around with his swag on his shoulder, which is like a pack. And the tucker bag is a place where he keeps his food. And when a lamb comes up to visit him by his campfire, the lamb is captured and put in the tucker bag. That lamb is called a jumbuck. Later on, the local farmer, known as a squatter in the song, and the local policeman discover him, and he decides to get away because he doesn't want to spend any time in an Australian penal colony prison. So he jumps into a swamp called the Billabong, and that's pretty much the story. But the whole song is about freedom, and I think this is one that hasn't escaped a lot of people, and you may be familiar with it. Waltz and Matilda. Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolubba tree. And he sang and he watched and waited while his billy boiled. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang and he watched and waited while his billy boiled. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Up came a jump buck to drink up at the Billabong. Up jumped the swagman, grabbed him with glee. Where's that jolly jump buck you've got in your tucker bag? Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? Where's that jolly jump buck you've got in your tucker bag? Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? Up rode the squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Up came the troopers, 1, 2, and 3. They said, where's that jolly jump buck you've got in your tucker bag? Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Where's that jolly jump buck you've got in your tucker bag? Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. And up sprang the swagman, sprang into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he. And his ghost can be heard as you pass by that billabong. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. Oh, his ghost can be heard as you pass by that billabong. Oh, come a waltzing Matilda with me. That's also one of my favorite songs. I just like a song about freedom. A lot of Australia's songs are about freedom. A lot of those convicts eventually became cowboys, for want of a better term, in Australia. Except they weren't called cowboys there, they were called drovers or overlanders. So this is an Australian cowboy song. There's a trade you all know well, called bringing cattle over. On every track to the Gulf and back, men know the Queensland drovers. Pass the billy round me, boys, don't let the pint pot stand there, for tonight we'll drink to the health of every overlander. Well, I come from the northern plains, where the girls and grass are scanty, where the creeks run high, or 10 feet high, there's either drought or plenty. Pass the billy round me, boys, don't let the pint pot stand there, for tonight we'll drink to the health of every overlander. When we're riding down the road, the children raise my dander, crying, "Mother dear, bring in the sheets, here comes an overlander." Pass the billy round me, boys, don't you let the pint pot stand there, for tonight we'll drink to the health of every overlander. When we've earned our spree in town, we're like all the pigs in clover. You know, a whole week's check goes down the neck of every overlander. Pass the billy round me, boys, don't let the pint pot stand there, for tonight we'll drink to the health of every overlander. I love the old Australian songs, and I always have been interested in cowboy songs. Song from our old American West. Sung by the Cowboys, and also by a lot of the Rough Riders and other soldiers during the Spanish-American War. And the people south of the border would hear the cowboys singing this song. And I just want to do a little bit of it, because it's interesting that the name of the song is Green Grow the Lilacs. And that was heard by the Mexicans, who called all of these Americans, kind of the new to the area, gringos, after the title and the part of the song. Green grow the lilacs, all sparkling with dew. I'm lonely, my darling, since parting with you. By our next meeting, I hope to prove true and change the green lilacs to the red, white, and blue. Recently, a young fella, my grandson, has taken a little interest in this next song. From the southern United States, Song about one of our favorite dogs, Old Blue. Had an old dog, and his name was Blue. Bet your life, he's a good dog too. Come on, Blue, you good dog, you. I grabbed my axe and I blowed my horn. Get me a possum in the new grown corn. Come on, Blue, you good dog, you. Old blue tree I went to see, looked up at the possum, possum looked at me. Come on, Blue, you good doggy. Bake that possum good and brown, with sweet potatoes floating round and round. Come on, Blue, you good doggy, you. When I get to heaven, I know what I'll do. I'll take my horn and I'll blow for Blue. Come on, Blue, good dog, you. Come on, Blue, you good dog, you. Evan, that's for you. I love the old songs that come from the southern United States. I just imagine myself up on a mountaintop in the Shenandoahs, listen to some guy playing his guitar or banjo. Singing about that girl that got away. Down in some lone valley, in a lonesome place, where the wild birds still whistle and their notes do increase. Farewell, pretty sorrow, I must bid you adieu, and I'll dream of pretty sorrow wherever I go. My love, she won't have me, and I understand. She wants a freeholder, and I have no land. I cannot maintain her on silver and gold, nor all of the nice things that a big house could hold. And if I were a merchant and I could write a fine hand, I'd write my love a letter that she'd understand. I'd write it by the river where the waters still flow, and I dream of pretty sorrow wherever I go. I dream of pretty sorrow wherever I'd go. Great old song from our own United States. Now and then you have to tune these things. They don't stay right where you want them all the time. This next song is called Mary Ann, and it brings us right back to New England. It was a favorite of the sailors and whalers who sailed out from places like Boston and New Bedford, New York, and Mystic. Oh, it's fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while, for the ship is awaiting and the wind blows free, and I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. 10,000 miles I must be gone, 10,000 miles or more, and the earth will freeze and the sea will burn if I never more return to you, Mary Ann. And it's fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while, for the ship is waiting and the wind blows free, and I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. Do you see that crow flying high? It will surely turn to white if ever I prove untrue to you. Bright morning stars will turn to night, Mary Ann. And it's fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while, for the ship is a-waiting and the wind blows free, and I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. had I here a cask of wine and sugar for two, and a great blueware bowl to mix it all in, I'd raise a glass to you, my dear Mary Ann. And it's fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while, for the ship is awaiting and the wind blows free, and I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. And it's fare thee well, my own true love. Fare thee well for a while, and the ship is waiting and the wind blows free, and I am bound away for the sea, Mary Ann. Here's a little bit of one of my old favorite New England songs of the sea. We'll leave you with this one. Thanks for listening and watching. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea, rolling home to old New England, rolling home, dear land, to thee. All the waves we leave behind us seem to murmur as they flow. There's a hearty welcome waiting in the land to which we go. Rolling home, rolling home, rolling home across the sea.